Hello, this is Kyle Zagarek with PowerNotes. This video will take a deeper dive into our communities tool. We design communities to allow teachers to trial and use our instructional features without having to go through the entire classroom or learning management system integration. Also, in some cases, we do not yet integrate with your school's system. All of that is coming. This environment will be available in the interim. So a few questions typically come up from teachers when they begin using the PowerNotes communities or classroom management tool. And that is, how do I access my teacher dashboard? All PowerNotes users, including teachers, will have their own PowerNotes account. So they will all log into their project dashboard as a starting point. From here, all teachers that have been granted teaching access will have this administration shield here. You will only see this in your account if we and the PowerNotes team have added you as a teacher, or perhaps the lead teacher or the administrator at your school has invited you and assigned you those permissions. So you will still have the ability to create all of your projects and then use those as templates for your students. One of the benefits of using this environment in the interim is that you will not have to recreate all of your assignments. You can take your PowerNotes account with you, whether it's using the classroom management system integration, or if you happen to leave your current school, you will be able to take your projects with you where you go. So entering the teacher dashboard, you click on this administration shield here, and that will bring you into an environment like this. On my end, you saw some super admin controls, but here it will bring you into this environment. So in this case, you have just a high-level view of the amount of licenses left. If you're using our AI features, you'll see those here. You'll see the title of the community, or if your school name could be here, along with a list of everyone associated with that community. This is one of the places where you can add members. So you can click up here. If you need to add students, you will need to add them by email, and then click confirm, and then bring them into the community. This is also where you can set up a course. Setting up a course takes only a few seconds, where you can view all of the courses that you're currently seeing within your community. If you're at a school where you have multiple teachers, you will see their classes in here as well. So we really encourage being intentional with the names. So let's create a course. So let's call this PowerNotes 101, Section A. Let's make it active, and one of the configurations we have for the entire course is to disable auto citations. Let's keep that live. So now I have this course created. While I'm on this page, I want to point out how you can navigate to different screens, because we know that sometimes going back, or you're not sure exactly where to go. There's a little path view here at the very top. You will not see the super admin controls like I'm seeing on my screen, but you will have the ability to go back to the community or go home to the home page. If you ever want to go back to your own PowerNotes account, you can click on this button here, PowerNotes. So now we have our course, PowerNotes 101 Section A. In order to edit the course, make changes, you click on this course actions menu here. And here's where if you want to change the name or do anything, change the course in any capacity, you click there. Manage course members is how you invite new students. So let's go invite some students. So here I can add some members. When you click add member, you will see all of the students that are in your community here on the right-hand side. This is one of the places that you will be seeing updates, just because we realize it's not very intuitive, especially when you start to see dozens or hundreds of students in the community. For now, we're going to identify or just add our students by email. Let's use our example student, Jane Doe. So we will only have one student in this course and for this assignment. So we go ahead, we click add members, did that, and now we can go ahead and click cancel. So once you've added the members, you see them here. You see they have only teaching permissions. So in purple, that's the default permission. Anyone added will be a student, and then you can decide, is this a TA, someone who's helping me with the class, or are they just a student? So now let's go in and create an assignment for this course where we only have one teacher and one student. So I'm going to use this navigation path. I'm going to click here, view courses. And now I'm going to, instead of clicking on the course actions where we can add members or edit the course, I'm going to click right here on this screen or on this button. Now you have the option to create a course. So I'm going to go ahead and click create create an assignment. Excuse me. So let's call this PowerNotes 101 assignment 1. From here, you can select one of your many templates that you have. I'll select this climate change research template. Here you view the project. In this case, I have the AI features turned on for instructors. So all instructors will see the AI features by default and they can use them. However, they will only be sent to students if you turn them on for the specific assignment, which we'll see here in a moment. So you can see the name of the assignment. I can actually edit the template here as well. I can add bookmarks by using the extension, just as the students would be using the extension. In this example, we have added freeform notes as another way to share instructions. It's important to point out that freeform notes will not share over to students just yet. The only items within the outline that will share over to students will be as follows: the title of the project, if you've added a description, if you've enabled specific features, they will be visible. Bookmarks will also share over. And not only bookmarks where they are categorized at the very top under the bookmarks category, but you can place bookmarks within specific topics as well. So you can use the interface, you can drag and drop, move it around. If you want students to read certain sources for specific topics or categories, you can place them there. These freeform notes will not share over. So, okay, we have the correct template. If the status is a draft, that means only the teacher can see it and it is not open and live to students. So let's go ahead and just make this live. We have everything default to draft, so you don't unintentionally share something to students that they should not be receiving. You can click in here to select a due date. On the left-hand side, you have a few configurations. So let's start here. Let's include bookmarks. We want to do that. Composer is our beta writing environment, so let's not turn that on just yet. I do not want to start each project with the students' names. Of course, I want the project shared with me automatically, so we'll leave that. I don't want to turn off auto citations. I'm not using, actually, let's jump in to this project and just to point out source notes, something that you might not be aware of. So in the assignment, there's a settings button here. And here is where you can actually add labels for the students to answer while they are in the source. So in this example, two very straightforward questions. Who is the author and where did you find this source? So you're just encouraging the students not just to rely on our auto citation tool or grab a citation, but actually find that information. You can ask as many questions as you want here. These questions and a field to answer them are located where the students confirm the citation, and they're kept separately from our source notes or from our research outlines. If this feature interests you and you'd like to learn more about how it could be utilized, please let us know. So when you see lock source node field names, that means that those questions will be locked and the students cannot edit them. On the left-hand side, another place where you can lock the template. So in this case, I'm actually going to prevent my students from changing the template. If you want them to be able to add to it, delete things, rearrange things, you can uncheck that. And if you want to set a maximum number of topics for them to use, you can do that here. Then, of course, you have Insight. Insight is our place for setting expectation values associated with the assignment. You do not have to use them. As you see here, they are off by default. But in this case, I want to make sure my students are actually finding the sources, and in this assignment, they're supposed to find 5. Here, students cannot bypass this benchmark. They actually have to find and highlight and engage with 5 different sources. Same with annotations. Maybe you want them to have at least about 30 total annotations. And maybe you think they should spend, how about 3 hours, not 40, how about 3 hours? And for this assignment, we'll keep the AI features off. So now let's go ahead and click Create. Once the assignment is created, you're brought right back to each assignment for the course that you are in. So here on the right-hand side, you see I'm in PowerNotes 101, Section A. That's the title of my course. Feel free to use the teacher's names if that's easier to identify which courses are theirs. It's a completely flexible environment. So now I see I have 1 student here. That's the only student I've added. You can always add students after the assignment is live, and that student will automatically get the assignment. So if you say, oh no, I forgot to add all of my students, or maybe just one of them, you can come in here and you can add them to the assignment, or add them to the course, excuse me. So let's jump into the actual course, or the actual assignment, by clicking on this button here to see how our students are progressing. This is the assignment dashboard. In most cases, you'll have a long list of students, but the format will be the same. There'll just be multiple rows. So on the left-hand side, you have a link into each of their assignments. You have their name, you have their insight score, which is their progress towards the expectations that you've set. And then here you have a tooltip telling you about the insight score. One thing to point out that I've been recommending a change for a while, the AI piece. This is technically part of our AI developments recently, but Insight can be used independently from the AI features. If you're using the time on task, you'll see an aggregate amount of time they've spent here. And then you have access to their activity log, which shows everything that has taken place within that assignment from start until finish. Their outline will show you how their work sits in real time, but the activity log puts things in chronological order and shows how the work progressed over time and what exactly they did. All right, so now this assignment is live. Yes, we get that it may result in having a few tabs open, so you can always take those out. But just to refresh your memory, up here you can navigate back and forth. So I can go back to my community homepage. Most teachers won't spend too much time here. They will click View Courses and spend most of their time right inside their course, where they can create assignments. They can view draft assignments. Here you see this is labeled as open, which means students are in there. You can actually see there's 1 student in the class right there. And then you click into the assignment to see the dashboard. So let's go into my student account. So I opened this tab up before we made that assignment live. So even though that I did that, the assignment is still live here, or I can see it here. So in most cases, there's not really a need to refresh, but if you do not see the project as a student, you might have to refresh just to make sure that the assignment is coming through. If you're using the time on task tool, all students are notified before they begin, just so they aren't having their work monitored without their knowledge. So you can accept, and here is the template that we've set up. Now the students can use this template to go out into the sources where if they have the extension enabled, they may need to change it to the project that they're working on, since I've never worked in this project, so I might need to toggle over to my my PowerNotes 101 assignment 1, and now I can start highlighting, adding work, taking my notes. On the right-hand side, there are free-form notes, and all of these features that I'm sure that you're becoming familiar with, but are more intuitive. So I hope this video was helpful. Please let me know if you'd like to schedule additional time to talk. Thank you so much, and have a great day.